not willing, that leaves us with only one option.
God, Ularu, is that always your response? I don't want another PR mess on my hands.
Yes, Viv, because you're too good at your job. Now, we can talk details later. My next appointment's here.
Fine, but you can break this news to Alexis at our next meeting.
Ularu's waiting.
Don't
Right,
cause any
yeah.
trouble.
Good. You're finally here. The one I've been hearing so much about. I'm Ularu Chen, head of operations here at Ryujin. So tell me, what do you think of your new job so far?
Theft. What does operations entail?
Simply put, our goal is to ensure the success of this company and keep things running smoothly. We supply our various departments with whatever resources they need in order to meet expectations to achieve this. It's much easier said than done, believe me.
Well, the job seems right up my alley.
In that case, it sounds like our initial impression of you is turning out to be quite accurate. Now, my dear Jeannie here says you've been through the basics of what we do and pulled off success every time.
5 successful standard assignments and 1 specialized.
And on top of all that, a flawless record. It's no wonder they love you up here. I happen to have a personal assignment that I'd like to send you on. One that involves meeting up with an outside contact. Jeannie seems to think you're more than capable of handling it.
He's the best operative I've ever hired.
Let's not forget the only operative you've ever hired. Meeting with outside contacts isn't always as straightforward as your past assignments. Some can be fickle or demanding, so you'll need to decide how to handle them and what decisions to make on the fly.
We trust people outside the company?
I'd use the word trust loosely. We maintain a relationship of sorts. Those who come through get paid, and those who don't, well, they won't live to regret it.
I'm sure I can make them see things my way.
Good. Then you shouldn't have any trouble. Your contact is Simon Ryujin. He claims to have information on a new project that Infinity Ltd. Is working on. He said it's a game changer that Ryujin would be especially interested in. So his asking price is the big thing to consider. Finance will reimburse up to 1,000 credits. So if you have negotiation skills, use them.
Anything specific I need to know about Simon?
Simon's been working with us for years, so he'll pose no threat to you. He's paranoid, which is why I assume he's never been caught. But his information is typically worth it. Now, in order to confirm your identity, Simon prefers code phrases. I'll let Jeannie give you the details on this one because the concept is just beneath me.
Simon is into sports, so he enjoys any opportunity to talk about them. At some point, he'll casually say, "Looks like the Galactic Raiders are the #1 pick for the Universal Championship this year." You get to respond with, "Razor Derby is the only real sport." Got it?
Razor Derby is the only real sport. Yes, got it.
Stupid, but whatever. What's Razor Derby?
According to Simon Ryujin, it's the only real sport in the galaxy. But if you want a lesson in sports, just ask him. Movies are more my thing when it comes to entertainment.
And who are the Galactic Raiders?
They're a batball team that sucks. They have about as much chance of winning the Universal Championship as Aurora does of going legal outside of Neon. Simon despises batball, though, which is why he crafted that response you give in return.
Alright, got it. I'm ready.
You'll find him in Sidonia, so I hope your ship's fueled. Just look for him above the Lux condos in the plaza.
You spoke very highly of this one, Genie. Let's hope he doesn't make a liar out of you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some things to take care of.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
Don't wander into any restricted areas.
Well, that wasn't too bad for your introduction. What do you think of Ularu?
I'm glad I get to deal with you and not her.
I'm pretty sure all of our field operatives have shared that sentiment at one point. Ularu loves to remind people how expendable they can be. Let me know if you have any questions regarding your assignment. And enjoy your time in Sidonia. It's certainly no Neon.
So, Genie, is it?
For you? No. Only Ularu calls me that, and it's not up for negotiation.
Well, is there anything I should know about Sidonia before I go?
Only that it's vastly different than Neon. There's not glitz and glam where Sidonia is concerned. And don't worry about it being in UC territory. Simon's smart, so any physical information he may hand off to you won't set off any alarms. Just make sure your ship is clean before reaching Mars orbit. Remember, Aurora is illegal there, so if you have any on you, it needs to stay here.
Can you tell me more about Simon Ryujin?
I worked with Simon a lot in my time as a field op. He's a perpetually grumpy man, but I think he just likes to keep his distance. Getting close to people isn't a luxury he can afford in his line of work, much like ours.
Okay.
I don't believe in small talk, so if you need to chat, see Thomas downstairs.
Fair. That door's inaccessible. Okay.
This deal could be huge for my company.
Didn't she say we could talk to... Monahan? Where is she?
They know how to make
here
a
she
client
is.
feel welcome up here.
Look who's on the executive floor. Moving up, I see.
So, what kind of work do us operatives create for your team?
Cover stories, mostly. If an operative is caught, or Ryujin involvement is suspected, we go into damage control. It's a lot of conversations and negotiations, working with witnesses, law enforcement, the press. Not to mention preparing our own statements so we can quell any oncoming storms, or at least get ahead of them.
So you're in charge of both marketing and public relations.
Oh yeah. When Masako promoted me to head up marketing, I told her I wanted complete control of all public-facing aspects. Being the brilliant mind that she is, she didn't even hesitate. Every facet of Ryujin's narrative is carefully crafted by me and my team, with plenty of help from operations, of course.
Oh, relax. You'll be fine.
How is
Ryujin will be lucky to
how
have
easy
us.
is it to market neuroamps?
The NeuroAmp campaign is always a delicate subject. I have a love-hate relationship with it due to how polarizing the technology can be for some. It's easy to get our target audience to buy in, but it's the naysayers that we really want to appeal to, and that's our biggest challenge.
Yeah. Well, in my opinion, I think a neuroamp is just something that you can't really change someone's mind on all too much. This is the bathroom. Nice, it's just one big stall. That's pretty funny, actually. Where's the front desk girl? Can I talk to her again?
Busy. There's
she
never a
is.
dull day. Is there something I can help you with?
I could just ask. I don't know if I want to do that. Can you tell me more about Ryujin Industries?
Our NeuroAmp development department and executive offices are also located on site at Ryujin Tower, but those areas are off limits to the public. What started out as a small ship tech company has grown to encompass spacecraft design, robotics. Most of the building is just cubicles
I feel like we've heard all of this. Yeah. Seems like there might be some shady business going on at Ryujin.
Shady business? Oh, I don't think that's true. We're a massive corporation. Things are bound to seem a little strange to newcomers.
You've worked here how long and you can't see the corruption?
Almost 3 years. But as my dad says, when corruption in corporations is the norm, you have to look at the results. Compared to other tech giants, few can boast the employee benefits, not to mention the impact they have on everyday life. Look, we may not be in the pharmaceutical business yet, but neuroamps have been life-changing for millions.
Ugh. You see everything in this building. You must have seen something suspicious.
Look, this is sensitive stuff.
You'll look back on this later and wonder what we were arguing about.
You might be right.
That's what I like to hear.
Maybe we can work something out. But fine. You clearly are getting close with the bosses, so you'll find out one way or another. It's a cutthroat world on the executive floor. I wouldn't put it past most of the higher-ups to sabotage our rivals. Or each other, for that matter. I'd prefer to leave it at that. I like this job, and I want to keep it.
Huh. So, you've been working here 3 years?
Almost 3 years. I can't believe it's been that long. My first day feels like yesterday.
You enjoy your job?
I do. It suits me. I like talking to people and watching the day-to-day in the lobby. Plus, working here is one of the steadiest jobs you can find in Neon.
What made you choose to work here?
I'm a legacy, so to speak. Both my parents work here. My dad's the administrative assistant to some of the execs, and my mom works at Tranquility. My dad helped me get this job after I finished an administrative training program a few years ago. I like working close to my family.
I'll let you get back to work.
All right. Please let me know if there's anything I can help you with. Enjoy your day. Have a nice day.
I knew, I was like, I'm gonna talk to her just in case there's any weird shit that we're missing. And I guess we'll grab a velocity for that lady real quick. Since we're here on Neon, might as well.
Got a problem?
Because I know I will forget otherwise. Get a beverage. 12 loading screens later, you got a beverage. I just can't get over that's twice now. That is literally twice? Because I thought he was just referencing Deimos Starry Yard, but apparently in Trident Starry Yard as well, there is also a lady that you talk to, and she asks you to get a fucking beverage. Twice. It's the same quest twice. Did my game just crash? Okay, no, it's just fucking bugging out. Place. I wonder if the strikers still hang out here. Probably not.
Yes?
Speak to Estelle Vincent? Grace Early still just hangs out here.
What can I get you today?
May I order something from the bar?
Made a fresh mix of velocity just for you.
Perfect. That's literally what I came here for. Velocity blue, please. Just one. Thanks. Who the fuck is Estelle Vincent? Did I not get a velocity? Wait a minute.
Maybe you'd like to try a velocity? If you see anything you like, you just let...
Is this quest bugged? I think it is. Because I've got a velocity. I have several velocities. I think it's a bug quest.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Oh well. We'll continue with top secrets. That's kind of annoying. And I forgot this is where the Crimson Fleet asks you to go. Oops. Sidonia. Man, I forgot how far away Seoul is. It's been a hot minute since we've been to Sidonia. Like a really long time. Oh, and I need a spacesuit. Not if I'm fast enough.
Hold, please. I suspect the soul system would be up.
Keep a lookout. Notify us if you see anything suspicious.
I'll never forget that you helped us finally catch that crazy bastard. Hey, you looking for more work? I'm wondering if you might be up for doing me a favor of the personal kind, off the books.
Oh, really? Can you tell me more about the mission boards and where to find them?
Mission boards? Yeah, you'll find one here in the Broken Spear. They're usually in spaceport bars like that. Trackers Alliance posts bounty jobs on them, but you can find all sorts of freelance missions. Good way to make some creds. Hey, y'all better not be taking all the fun jobs yourself, you hear? I'm almost done with this assignment, so you better leave some for me. Bye. Hope I never have to kill you.
That's odd. She had her dialogue from the initial talk with her proc.
Taken an easier job.
If you're looking for a drinking buddy, look somewhere else.
What can you tell me about Neva Mora?
You want to know about Neva, huh? Okay, let me think. You ever heard of the galactic cannibalism phenomenon? No? See, that's when two galaxies collide, and the bigger one basically swallows the smaller one. Then the bigger one just moves on. It keeps getting bigger and angrier and roams through space looking for other galaxies to absorb. Neva Mora is 10 times worse than that. Don't mess with her. Don't give her any bullshit. Don't try and rip her off. And whatever you do, you better not betray her, or she will absolutely swallow you whole, and there won't be an atom left. Other than that, she's all right.
I fucking hate Adler. You gonna stop being coy and admit you're part of the fleet?
Let me give you a bit of advice. Don't blurt out crap like that. Do you want to know why? Because the walls around here have ears, and those ears belong to snitches who run to UC security. Then Adler ends up in the slam. Then, when they finally let Adler go, guess what he does next? He has to hunt down the people who are responsible for putting him in that position. And, well, let's say it all gets very, very messy. Does that answer your question?
God, this guy's so fucking cringe. Are you gonna leave Carl alone?
What, is he your best buddy now? His debt's been satisfied, and an example's been made. That's all I ever really wanted. Unless he does something stupid, and mark my words, he will, he's got nothing to fear from me or my associates.
What are you gonna do with the Aurora?
What the hell do you think I'm going to do with the stuff? I'm going to flip it and make a ton of money. You think Carl's booze addiction was bad? These Deimos Dusties will blow their entire paycheck to get zoned. Honestly, I consider it a public service. After all, I'm charging them less than a ticket to Neon. Remember, you owe me big for getting your foot in the door.
Neva, sit down, have a drink. So, smooth jump into the Soul system? UC security hassle you?
Cut the crap, Adler, and let's make this quick. There's only so long I can stand a stink of minor sweat and stale beer.
Okay, take it easy. Here's the fleet's kickback, just like I promised.
What is this bullshit? This is half. Half of what you promised.
No reason to get upset, sweetie. Security around Sidonia's been cracking down, and it's tough to get the Deimos marks to play ball. That means I'm spending big on bribes, covering lost shipments. This isn't exactly like running a pharmacy out here, you know.
Two things, Adler. And I will make this simple enough so even a total imbecile like yourself can understand. One, I don't give a damn about your excuses. You owe us the agreed amount on time every month. And two, you call me sweetie ever again, and I'll shove my knife so far up your ass that people will mistake you for a unicorn.
Okay. Sorry, Neva. I'll make it work. Here's the rest.
That's more like it. I'll see you in a month.
Yeah, I think that's the evidence I need to put Kemp away, thankfully.
Howdy.
Can't believe I missed that the first time.
First Woodard. Only difference it makes to me is that Woodard doesn't cheat stuff. Been serving drinks here for over 40. Don't be a stranger.
Yeah, he's got nothing else to say. I always gotta check. I gotta check and see, does X character have something new to say? Because you never know. You never know.
Do I know you?
Whoops, didn't mean to go in there. Okay. While we're down here, there is actually someone I want to check on.
Faith in God is what brought us to the stars.
I aced all my training in flight school. They just left out the part about I'm just still a little shaken.
Thanks again for getting
I'll
my
be
ship
fine.
back. Let me know. Good luck out there.
Yeah, nothing. I was just checking on him specifically because I know he can become a companion, but I think you gotta do like some weird bullshit in order to pull that off. Like, it doesn't make any sense type of shit. Like, you have to lose the ship, which is like bizarre and backwards. I don't know, it doesn't really make any sense. Okay, our man's up here, huh?
Sidonia, what a dump. You lost? Or just come to ask an out-of-work miner how his day's going?
I'm sure something will open up soon. Miners are always needed in Sidonia.
Yeah. I just wish Sidonia had a bit more to offer while I'm trying to enjoy my unemployment. Not much in the way of entertainment around here. Speaking of, looks like the Galactic Raiders are the #1 pick for the Universal Championship this year.
Do we really have to do this? Razor Derby is the only real sport.
You're damn right it is. I heard they were sending someone new. Nice to see you made it. I have information on a deal being proposed between Infinity Ltd and Deimos Stockyards. It's my belief that your employers would be highly interested in the details. So I'm upping my price. It's steep, yes. But that is why I'm also offering a little side job if you can't pay up.
At least you're being open about the fact that you are gouging us.
Oh. Maybe my friend here can help persuade you to reconsider that price.
Very well. If we are not presented with a more reasonable offer, we will be left with no choice but to take the information.
I don't think Ryujin would be too happy to hear about losing one of their informants.
Well, I do not work for Ryujin, so I care little what they might think. All I care about is a fair price.
All right, I get it. You want reasonable? This is as low as I go.
Fine. Here's your credits.
I knew you'd see reason. The information I have is on a deal for something called Project Dominion. I'm giving you 2 slates. They contain surveillance and interaction data for Stanley McMillan, the Infinity rep, that I obtained myself. I'm also giving you a 3rd slate because you're going to need to download the files on Project Dominion off his computer yourself.
Any idea on what Project Dominion is?
Best guess is it has something to do with Infinity getting into the neuroamp business. Stanley McMillan seemed to think Ryujin would be the one company threatened by this news, so their entry must involve something big.
And I have to get the actual information myself.
Getting information is what you people do. I'm just a lowly, yet very well paid informant. Here to point you in the right direction.
Got it. That's all I need.
Nice doing business with you.
Read the file, listen to the slate. What is it? Notes? Yeah.
What the hell are you doing in this dump of a city anyway? You draw the short stick at work or what?
Infinity sent me to get Deimos to bite on a deal. He's even got a catchy code name. Project Dominion.
Sounds like world domination to me, buddy. I'd buy into that in a heartbeat.
Right? I'm telling you, this Project Dominion is the real deal. We ought to be selling this to Inception or Quantum.
Hell, you should be in the Astro Lounge making Ryujin Industries beg for that tech.
Ha! That'd be the greatest irony of them all, but not this baby. Dominion is finally gonna put Infinity first. We'll beat Ryujin at their own game.
Alright, so they do genuinely plan. Schedule 7:30. Leaves the Lux condos for work at Deimos. 11 leaves for lunch, frequents Jane's goods. 13:30 returns to work, remains at the office. 17 leaves for work for the Broken Spear, returns to the Lux condos. Home temporary, condo A10, no ship. Okay. Threat level none. And there was one other thing that we got. It was like untraceable slate or something, or that might have just been for something else.
It is your civic duty to report any unauthorized mining to Sidonia Security.
There's nothing like seeing old salt coming through the big window.
It's a good thing I work for Deimos, right?
One of the earliest shipbuilders, and desperate to remain relevant.
It's amazing. Do you work for me? It's hard to keep track these days. Yeah.
I haven't had a day. There's always something to do around here.
If you notice any of the miners exhibiting worrisome behavior, feel free to let me know about it.
Excuse me. Can I help you with something?
Deimos tech support. I need to verify your PC is secure.
Oh, in that case, go right ahead. I wouldn't want to be causing any sort of security breach. How long is this gonna take?
Why, you have something you need to get done?
I was thinking of stopping by Jane's, or maybe even the Broken Spear. Especially if it's gonna be a bit.
If you have any errands to run, now's a good time.
Great. I could use the break. I'll be back in a little bit.
Caution. Prepare for today's final subterranean.
Well, that was easy enough.
Be advised to secure loose articles and find stable ground or remain seated in the event of
Inbox. Quantum synergies. The deal's fallen through. Okay. This is here for 7 days, 6 nights. Meetings, eh? Novice lock. Psh. Poor guy. Can't even afford proper security. It's gonna cost him at the end of the day. Oops, I fucked up.
I never had the patience for computer systems.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Particle detonation.
I'm still shocked about Governor Hurst.
To resume normal activity.
Well, I guess we don't have to run all the way out there. We know where we're going. Even that was very straightforward. Like, I thought, you know, talking to Ularu and whatnot was gonna be like, okay, now time for the big boy missions. No. All of them have been easy peasy. Not a single difficulty. Like, well, let me take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 missions, and they all feel like just, you know, basic bitch fetch quests. None of these feel good. None of these feel fun or entertaining. I would rather the whole quest line just be me in the fucking office. Because if it's well written enough, it would at least be enjoyable. It's kind of why I'm like, I just want to get this out of the way. It's so boring. And I'm just wondering, like, when are we going to see Masako? Because she seems to be, like, the most interesting one of the bunch, because we're just not allowed to even see her.
I've got my eye on you.
Well, that took longer than expected. I hope whatever information Simon had was worth it.
It's for something called Project Dominion.
Project Dominion? That can't be right. Give me a moment to run a decryption. Let's see. Got the key, deciphering, and done. Well, well, well. Looks like our friend Simon wasn't joking. Project Dominion isn't an Infinity LTD prototype. It's one of ours. They didn't even bother to scrub the name, meaning someone never thought they'd get caught. Come with me. Masako needs to hear about this.
Oh, well, there we go. As I expected. I was like, yeah, when are we gonna see Masako? Masako. Whatever.
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
Hey,
Ularu? What is this about? Who is this?
This is our latest junior operative. I sent him on an assignment to rendezvous with an informant. But here's the real news. Infinity LTD has gotten their hands on Project Dominion.
Impossible.
Not only that, they're trying to sell it under their own name.
Of course they are. We need Fines to investigate this immediately. Since you found this information, I am trusting you to help investigate. You see, Project Dominion is confidential. It requires a high security clearance to even know it exists. If Infinity LTD has obtained any information on it, that means we have a very well-connected mole within our corporation.
Oh. And what exactly is Project Dominion?
I suppose, since we're trusting you in this investigation, I can give you some details. Project Dominion is our latest advancement in neuroamp technology. Our current neuroamps are all external devices, but Project Dominion would be the first surgically implanted internal neuroamp on the market. The project itself was nearing completion, which is why exposing the mole is of utmost importance. We can't allow any more research to fall into their hands.
Why me and not someone more senior?
Because you exposed this information. I have little reason to suspect you. That won't mean you'll be exempt from investigation, of course.
Clearly, this is not the first time Ryujin has found itself in this situation.
Well, we can't allow that mole to get their hands on any more information.
Exactly. I want you to go see Dalton Fines, our chief security officer. I'll send him the details. You've brought an enormous security violation to our attention, so I trust your help in any way possible. And thank you. Some operatives may have seized this as an opportunity for extortion. It's good to know your loyalty lies with us.
It's not like the quest really gave us, you know, any other choice.
Don't screw this up. I've fired people for less.
Right.
Dalton.
Ah, the lovely Miss Amada. How can I help?
Cut the crap, Dalton. I'm sending an operative your way, along with some files to your computer.
I'll be ready.
Not for this one, but I trust you'll get it done. I'm sure I don't need to remind you that this situation demands discretion.
So, you run Ryujin Industries.
I've been the CEO of Ryujin Industries for over 10 years now. I've also been lucky enough to continue and grow its success since I took the position.
How'd you become CEO?
I was elected CEO when my predecessor, Itaru Saito, was proving to be incompetent. He was jeopardizing our relationships with both the Free Star Collective and Benjamin Bayou, which would have made doing business extremely difficult for Ryujin.
Why maintain ties with the Free Star Collective in Bayou?
Just look at our position. We're based in Neon, a city controlled largely by Benjamin Bayou. And Neon is inside the Free Star Collective, controlled by the Council of Governors. I think the answer is obvious.
Yeah. What's the Council of Governors?
The Council of Governors is a group of political and corporate elite that oversee the Free Star Collective. They institute the laws and have the Free Star Rangers to enforce them. And, of course, Administrator Bayou is one of them.
And what was Itaru Saito doing?
We caught hostile operatives with Ryujin Tech a while back, and linked them to the Free Star Collective's Council of Governors. Saito was enraged. He wanted more than the usual compensation from the Free Star Collective. He wanted the truth. When the truth was refused, he went after Bayou, accusing him of knowingly condoning the Council's actions. The compensation should have been enough. To this day, I can only speculate on why the truth was so important.
It sounds like he was creating a lot of risk for Ryujin.
Indeed he was. I felt he left me no choice but to propose his removal, and the others nominated me as his successor.
Is there anything I need to know about Dalton Fines?
Dalton is our chief security officer. He oversees everything. Employees, network, information, even the tower itself. Since I promoted him, we've decreased our security breaches by 96%. Only a handful of competitor operatives have set foot in the building, and our physical security was able to quickly subdue them.
You have any thoughts on who the mole might be?
Ryujin has many enemies outside of the corporation. To be an enemy within and avoid detection takes a certain amount of skill that only so many of our employees possess. I do have suspicions, but feel it's too early to say at this time.
And what's the significance of an internal neuroamp?
Neuroamps make some people nervous because they can enhance your ability to influence others. But with the external appearance, people can always be aware of those who have them and may be using them. An internal neuroamp would be unnoticeable. Should it be used to influence someone, that person would be none the wiser.
And how do neuroamps let you influence others?
Our latest line of neuroamps were created to help with the user's self-image. They can boost confidence and the ability to communicate and think critically. Those types of improvements in competency can easily help influence others.
So it's more of an effect of improving yourself, really, than it is actually manipulating other people.